you for joining us and taking your time out of the day to join us here today. I'm Piwe Jenny. I'm from Reykjavik, so I'm from the area. I work with Emory AYI during the administration, and so today specifically, we starting off the community panel discussion. We just want to hear your opinions about things that are going on in the society and things that you have dealt with personally that you feel like other people should be getting to know more. So I just want to start off with introductions. Everyone will say their name and where they're from and something that no one knows about them. I think that will be a good icebreaker for everyone. My name is Piwe. I'm from here in Reykjavik. Something someone doesn't know about me. I used to suck my thumb when I was younger. And I still do every now and then. And let's start off with Emery.
Yeah, my name is Emery. I'm living here in Vasco. So we're here to organizing this program for community. I'll just say thanks for everyone being part of this program.
Something someone doesn't know about you.
Oh, some doesn't know about me. Yo, maybe we can come back a little.
Good morning to everyone. I'm Ricardo Abrams. I stay in Mitchellsplein. I'm an ex-offender, was incarcerated for 4 years. I'm just here to give my opinion because I've got a lot of that. And something some people don't know about me is when I still have that off day, I still believe behind my mom's back. Even though I'm 40 years old.
Okay.
Alright, good day everyone. My name is Mbuiseli. My surname is Kayeni. I'm a community developer. I work for the Department of Correctional Services. So I'm involved in the community projects at work and for the community at large outside. So I have a passion in developing through different things, sport and other things. When I work with youth and adults and ex-offenders, so I saw as a need that when the guys are inside, I work with them in the correctional center. So I saw that there's a need for the guys because sometimes when I look at them, they are doing good things while they are in prison. But when they go out, I see them again coming back. So I always have that question in myself, why the guys are good here? They are doing everything, but now within 2 months they are back. So I started to do a follow-up to the guys that I work with. So I think I started the project in 2009, 2010. So I work with the guys and most of them, they never go back to prison. So yeah, that's all now I can say about myself.
Something no one doesn't know about you.
That is a difficult one. I am a professional soccer coach, and I think I believe in myself as the best coach, a soccer coach. So the people they don't sometimes when they see me, they don't know that I'm a qualified soccer coach.
Morning everyone.
Morning.
My name is Thabo Zondo, born and raised in Gugulethu. I'm also an ex-offender. I was in prison for more than 15 years. This was my official mistake I had. Yeah, so I also have a passion in community development. Yeah, I even have a dance group of children outside. So in short, what I can say is that people they don't know that I'm a Zulu. Because my name is Thabo, they always think I'm a Zulu. That's what people they don't know.
So to start things off, I just wanted to discuss today's topic. Today's major question, which is what factors leads people to commit crime. So we want to hear your perspective on what you think could be the factors that contribute to people committing crime. You could be talking from personal experience of what you've gone through, or to what you think might lead other people to commit crime. So I'll start off by just from research that I've done of factors that does push people to commit crime. And it reads that the causes of crime are complex. Poverty, parental neglect, low self-esteem, alcohol and drug abuse can be connected to why people break the law. Some are at greater risk of becoming offenders because of the circumstances in which they are born. The Oxford Dictionary defines a crime as an action or omission which constitutes as an offence and is punishable by law. A crime is in fact a matter of law, and it is not an opinion. As society changes, some actions which used to be criminal are no longer so. Likewise, some actions that were legal become prohibited. According to the studies, when listed, these are the 10 most common reasons for committing crime. Number 1, poverty, peer pressure, drugs, politics, religion, family conditions, the society, unemployment, deprivation, and an unfair judicial system. So today, these are the factors that we will be discussing, and we'll be adding some more onto that to understand your perspective and try to get into your minds and see your views of what you think might be the factors that commit to crime. Because there's a cause and an effect to everything that happens in life. So this is what we're trying to understand. So to start off with today's question, we have sub-questions that we'll be discussing. Also discussing what are the top 10 listed common reasons. So to start off, I would say everything begins with circumstance. So within the circumstances, we want to understand what the upbringing from a person, so how it started, where they originate from, what the upbringing was like, what are the family conditions that they grew up in, what kind of community did they grow up in, what were they exposed to, and how that could have affected the factors that made them commit the crime. So whoever would like to contribute to this question, I'll start off by asking what were the upbringing like. I'll start with Ricardo, I think. What was the upbringing like? What were you exposed to? Do you think your community factored or influenced you in any way?
Okay, like I said, I grew up in Mitchells Plain, but I wasn't born there. Grew up with a single parent, my mother, and we were 2 siblings. We are 2 siblings. And it wasn't that we had everything that we needed, but we were comfortable. But in my opinion, your circumstances at home can't define who you are or what you do. It's your choice not to do it. Like I've said before that I'm an ex-inmate. It was my choice because of greed, I think, and because of living a high life that I went into crime. Because there was no need. I didn't lack anything. So I can't blame the gangster area that I grew up in. I can't blame because I had a single parent. I can't blame because I didn't finish my matric at school. I can't blame anything of that, but my own choice and greed. And I don't see greed on this 10 top list because if you look at our government or wherever today, greed is the thing that's the most for committing crimes.
Okay. Yeah. So I hear that you grew up in Mitchells Plain and the kind of things you were exposed to, such as the gangsterism in the area and the fact that you didn't attend school throughout, you don't think that has any influence?
Nope. gangsterism in Mitchell's Plain, that's alive. It's huge. Drugs in Mitchell's Plain, it's huge. But I've never done drugs in my life. I've never had a feeling or passion or an urge to join any gang. So that never had an impact on me.
Okay. All right. I'd like to hear from Mr. Gaini what he thinks are the circumstances that could push people to commit crime. Circumstances that they grow in, what they're exposed to, what they see in the neighborhood.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Now, from my side, I would just say it's different because you will find, as I'm working in the correctional centers, you'll find different people with different crimes and different backgrounds. So others, you'll find out it was just a peer pressure. Because you find out that this guy, his background, his family is working now, he's getting everything education-wise, he's getting education, but now he end up doing crime. So when you check, you find out, no, this guy he wanted to be in that standard, you see. And then I find other people who end up in prison because they are involved in drugs, and others they want to be rich, so they will end up robbing and then doing all those kind of theft. You understand? So for me, I noticed that some they don't have a background support, because you find out this boy, or he grew up without a family, he don't have a role model. So now he end up mixing himself with the wrong people. So and then the influence as well. So the mentality sometimes they are not strong enough. You understand? So for me, I think there are so many things that leads people to do crime. As I was saying, different backgrounds, different places. Because I stayed in my house is in Kailicha, so most of the time I was in Kailicha. So I know that sometimes poverty leads also to people to do things wrong, to go to prison, because either they will need to have money or to get clothes or food. So they will see now that the parents are not working, then they will make means to get money, you see, and then they bring money to the family. So there are so many things that leads to the. So I think this program we are starting is going to assist, because as I was saying, people, there are different things. Others, they just hear from other people to say, no, it's nice to be in prison. You get everything. Yes, I know for the fact, because I work for the Correctional Services Department. I have my own project, you understand, dealing with the communities, which means people who never go to prison. So I know that as a correctional officer, the offenders, even Tipos and Ricardo, they will tell you, they get everything there, starting from, let's say, for soccer. They will get soccer kits, soccer boots, you name them. Everything is there. For athletics, they don't struggle. You understand? Because the government have a budget for that. So we need to make sure we rehabilitate the offenders. So there are so many opportunities for them. They can go as far as, and we have a passion to do that, because we are doing our work and the government wants us to do that. But when it comes now to outside, to the communities, you'll find out people are struggling. Just for simple thing, you can see now that the children are playing just next to the train station or whatever. They don't have soccer kits, they don't have soccer boots, they do nothing, there's no support system. I think that as this group we need to do something. yeah, and see how can we assist now the communities, because we don't want a country whereby people, when they are developed, they must go to prison. We don't want that. We need people to bring all these programs that are happening in prison to happen to our communities in Richards Plain, Kagicha, Lake 2, Wonderville, everywhere.
Okay. Thank you, Budon. If he thinks his circumstances has influenced him in any way, growing up in Kukuletu, knowing what's going on in terms of gangsters and crime, drugs and alcohol, do you think that has any influence on people committing crime, or does it not?
Yeah, please, but this is very much interesting because Mr. Khan knows I started to write my book there, but one day I'm going to release it. Most of the things, actually, everything that is here, it's there. I've wrote about 220 papers, A4 papers already. I'm getting lazy, I'm busy here outside with everything, but this is what I like. You understand about my life? Yeah, so I will just be brief because there's too much to talk about this. Gangsterism. Should I leave the upbringing and all that? Straight to gangsterism or what? Or do you want me to juggle around?
Yeah, juggle around, whatever feels is
Okay.
relevant.
Okay, I was raised by a single mother, alright? And the influence it has is that the negative influence it has, my mother was drinking already. When I started to be aware about what's happening around me, you understand? So we trained that time, me, my sister, and my younger brother, you understand? So we were taken care by neighbors. So our mother was physically there, you understand? But she was not there, you understand? Yeah, that causes us as children to be angry against our mother. You understand? Like, how can other children be like this? Why you don't care? You understand? It changes a person, it changes a child. Yeah, you understand? Yeah. However, then the other thing that changed me, you understand, is that, for example, you know, as boys, we fight outside. So then my mother, if I fight with a boy there, and then she hears that I have fought outside there, she will not ask. She would not ask what happened there. She'll just beat me, take a samoko over there. But in most instances, I was defending myself there. You understand? I was standing for myself there. You understand? But I came there. Those things, they changed me. So things that parents do, sometimes other parents do, they don't listen. They don't want to know. You understand? Because sometimes I can be wrong. It might be me that has beat another boy, but tell me what I did wrong, so that tomorrow I can know what I did wrong there. You understand? So those things made me think wrong. You understand? I was just angry. You understand? And then when I started to grow up and go outside, yeah, then I started to see role models. You understand? Who are now criminals. You understand? Instead of law-abiding citizens, criminals were my role models because they were wearing what I'm dreaming. They were living a life, they were having the smile that I long for. You understand? They were eating ice cream anytime or drinking in the street. That's what I wanted in life. So they become a role model. So in my young age, I was already befriending older people than me. I was the youngest of my friends. You understand? However, there were also law-abiding citizens who seemed to care about me. Like, for example, one day another man called me, Tabo, why do you associate yourself with these people? They are not your age, they are not your kind, and all that, what you want there, you understand? So he talked some sense to me. You understand? And then I said, hey, this man is right. But the moment I turn around and think about home, there's no food there at home. And I don't know where food will come from. We used to eat from the neighbors. You understand? But when I started to befriend these gangsters, you understand? They taught me how to get food. You understand? They taught me how to get food, how to go and make money. And then that made me feel good. That's what influence the gangsterism has on crime. You understand? So then I would, the advice of a good man will sound good for me, but it will mean nothing because it doesn't change anything physical. You understand? It changes the way I feel. But the moment it turns that corner, I forget that feeling. But these ones, things were tangible. You understand? Yeah. So then, but the problem now, when I was now in prison, started to think about my life. What I realized, because I was in prison for murder, you understand? So now I started to realize that I became angry when I was still small. You understand? And then as I was growing, my anger was just continuing. I used to like to fight. You understand? But then what I realized is that my anger didn't just start on the street. Actually, my anger started at home. It's a problem when people don't listen at you. It's a problem when you don't have a voice. You understand? It's a problem when you are suppressed in your own home. You end up hating your own parent. You understand? And then the other anger is that my father was staying with another wife. So now I would go there. I never have that access with my father. When I come, they would talk closer. What are you visiting us? What do you want? And all that. The moment I would say that I want a school man and all that, and then they would change and talk so too. That frustrated me. You understand? It made me angry because I could see that they were fighting about what I came to ask here. You understand? So like, I was a child, but having no one. Having no parent, having no one to mentor me, no one to say, Tabo, why do you do this? People, they mostly didn't ask me, Tabo, why are you doing this? They would always just come down on me. You understand? They would always just come down on me, criticizing me and all of that and all of that. You understand? So those are the things that can lead a person to become a very violent person. You understand? So my answer that I came about is that life is about learning. Wrong will always be there. We are people. You understand? But what we do when someone does wrong, you understand? That can save a lifetime of another person. You understand? I'll be brief because I said. Okay.
I see we have a new guest with us now. If you could please start with introduction, where you're from, and tell us something that no one knows about you.
Okay. Yeah. Morning, everyone. Yeah, I Cecil Somabile Mkhwata. I'm from Lower Cross Road, Philippine East. Okay. I'm running a organization there in Lower Cross Road, chosen organization. We're busy to take out children out of the street and drugs and teenage pregnancies. So I can say that so long.
Okay. Alright, okay, nice to meet you. So just to get you part of the program, today's question that we're discussing is what factors lead people to commit crime? If you can take up the notes that you've take a look at the notes that you've given me there, you'll see that we're discussing different topics and different factors that could lead people to commit crime.